it's rich to me that he would be so critical of housewives and call for a ban of housewives on the show, as if we are, somehow polluting the space. But you, Joe, who doesn't like or doesn't want housewives on the show, if we went on the show, number one, would you have an article? Number one. And two, you don't like us, but you literally used us as clickbait to get people to talk about your little ashy article. Would we be talking about you and your little article that you wrote for Vulture? I said this on Threads, like, if you ban housewives from Traitors, we need to ban you from Vulture, okay? I want everybody to have a job, okay? But
it's recession out here.
We are in a recession, but your article is a recession indicator.
Pure and unadulterated. Every week we got you waiting. Candiace and Michael.
Hey, y'all. It's Candiace and
Michael. How you doing, Candiace?
I'm good. Welcome to Undomesticated.
Yes. We might have to run out at some point during the episode for those who are watching.
Motherhood disclaimer. Jet is awake and I don't have anyone to watch him today. So I have him sitting in front of, he has eggs, bananas, and strawberries. And he's also sitting in front of Miss Rachel. So shout out to Miss Rachel, who actually followed me on Instagram last week. And I was like,
oh, I love that.
I'm a mom for real. We love Miss Rachel. She is, she's one of the people. Like, she's she's a mother as well now. She's a new mom, a newish mom. So she's one of the people. She does all the things for the kids, but she's also like not afraid to like get into the political moments either. Like she
stands up for Palestinian kids.
Yes.
I like Miss Rachel. I know kids, but I know from all of y'all friends with kids, she got a hold on them.
Yes. Oh, Jet went from like not really caring about TV to waking up and being like, acho, 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 which is Rachel. Acho, acho, acho. So he like demands that we get the moat, acho. So that's
adorable.
That's his homegirl. So he's sitting in front of Rachel. I have him, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my phone. I have the monitor on so I can make sure he's, still okay. But, and then that also kind of leads me into like, if there are any like moms or parents listening who are new parents or who are like OGs in the game, like I would love the advice. I'm like, I have this sort of debilitating fear of childcare. One of our producers, our beloved Miguel, was just talking about like having his kid in daycare, and daycare is a necessary evil. I have a lot of friends who have had their kids in daycare, and my siblings went to daycare. And I just remember being in middle school and like them coming home and they had like horrible snotty noses and they had these awful coughs. My sister got croup. If you're a parent, you know what croup is. Croup was like terrifying to me as like a 9.5-year-old, because you just hear all this heavy mucus in a baby's throat and in their esophagus, and it's like they can't get it. They don't have the capacity to cough it up yet. So I'm terrified of daycare, but I'm also terrified of just like trusting somebody to come into the house. And I also like childcare is fucking expensive. It's like, it's crazy.
Yes, that I know.
What people pay to watch your kids. And in other countries, it's like, it's a subsidized service. Like it's built into what we pay for, what we pay for taxes. And I just don't understand like how the childcare industry can have such a monopoly on things that they can think it's okay to charge like $5,000 a month. That's double some people's mortgage. I have like a debilitating fear of childcare. So if any mothers, any parents who can offer me a word of wisdom, advice on, the route to take, how to trust them. And I have friends who've had nannies and they're like going through nannies like Kleenex. And I don't want that. I don't want a bunch of people in my house. I don't like people in my house unless I'm having a party. I don't want you in my house. And then to leave you with my baby, I want to take Jet everywhere because I love him and I think he's a cool kid. But also, like, I just am afraid to leave him with people. And we do have babysitters, and they're people that we know. But like, even with them, I'm like, okay, I'm watching you, ho.
On the monitor.
Yeah, please, on the monitor.
Parents, reach out to Candiace.
Please and thank you. I would love some words of encouragement as I'm watching Jet on the monitor during my show. Anywho, so what's going on with you? What you been doing? What's happening in your life? You look great. If you're not watching, Michael looks really good in this like sage color. It's a very buttery crew neck, sort of sweatshirt moment. And it looks great on his skin.
Very appreciative. Thank you, Candiace.
Yes. So how are you in your sage moment?
As the Aaron, this Wednesday, so the day before we'll have made 3 years since my last book came out. I finally bought a joint. See, I don't have kids, so I'm a childless gay man, so I just do nothing but overthink about everything. But if y'all, for those who watch or anybody who knows me, I'm usually in black. A lot of black. I think some of that is residuals from living in New York. Part of it is also magnified from grief or whatever. So, and the book coming out 3 years ago, it was released like 4 months after my mom died. So I've just been thinking a lot about how lost I felt, or I have felt. Like, it's not like I haven't worked on things. I've shared on stuff had been working on, but just very like it's all a blur, to be honest. And so I'm just trying to enter spring, and even though I don't like daylight saving times, all of that. Now, don't expect me in color every week, but because people who know me, actually, I used to wear a lot of color. The black thing came actually very late. In any event, just thinking about that book, which I'm very proud of.
Yes.
And I've been very quiet outside of the podcast. Both this month, later this month, I'm gonna actually the hospital where my mom was treated. They didn't know this, but the group, an employee group there, reached out saying that was like that book was their book club of the month, and that I want to like zoom in, and I, immediately said yes because it made me think of my mom. Obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, just I say all that to say I'm just reminded that a lot of time has went by, yet it still feels like yesterday. I have a long ways to go, but it's, nice to be reminded that people care about my work and feel very passionate about it and want me to talk about it. And so much of my work was done, for me, it's like a way to repay my mom in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So I'm just revisiting what my purpose is now. And while I'm just speaking of books real quick, shout out to Jamila Lemieux, whose book, Black Single Mother, was released on Tuesday. Go out and support it. First week sales matter a lot. She's a HU alum, so shout out to her.
Hey, Jamila.
Yeah, so just a lot on my mind. But yeah, a little color again.
So this was intentional. I didn't realize like this was like a choice.
Yeah, it almost didn't happen though because I spilled something on me, so I was like, "Oh shit, it might not happen. We might have to just push it back, whatever." But yes, it's a little intentional. I'm trying to.
Yes.
Yeah, it's for those who know what this particular pain is like. It's just really difficult to navigate. But I have to remind myself you have to push yourself a little bit harder, and not to sit in black.
Yeah.
In isolation.
Literally and figuratively.
Yes. And I will bring up Miss Rachel later, by the way, but we're going to talk about some other stuff first. There was a piece, it came up on my feed. I do subscribe to New York Mag, from a writer named Joe Reed. The Traitors need to ban housewives. I'm not going to break it all the way down, but essentially he took issue with housewives and you and Rena, and it was both trying to compliment you both as housewives, but saying those instincts or the social media ruined the viewing for him. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's essentially it. Like, essentially, he doesn't like what Housewives and Bravo fans bring to the show
Mm-hmm.
as a viewer. It's very much an opinion piece. It's only one person's opinion, but the headline
Mm-hmm.
is by design pulling you in.
It's clickbait. Yeah.
Yeah, and he has a right to his opinion, but for me, reading it, I'm like, okay, your logic is there was one particular line, I'm paraphrasing, but it was essentially about how rabid Bravo Housewives fans in particular can be. But honestly, that's every show on the internet. I guess there's a particular type of Bravo fan you could refer to, but generally speaking, if you go in any corner of the internet on any popular TV show, the fans are cutting up.
Yeah.
That's more so the internet by nature and by design to like engagement and rile people up. It's not that big of a deal, but it actually a friend of mine that works in TV, and not to be pretentious about it, but I remember she was saying I think sometimes having generally a pretentious attitude about particular types of programming is usually coded. And
Mm.
he had the right to his opinion, but it felt a little coded. But ultimately, I read it and I was like, dude, it's just a TV show. The
Mm-hmm.
same way you ranting and raving about it being a game and you don't like how
Mm-hmm.
people post, you don't like how people feel, how people react to a game they played. Yeah, okay. Other people love it. It's not that I'm not trying to be reductive, like it's not that deep. Again, they have the right to opinion, writers gotta earn their checks. But when I read it, I'm like, this feels coded and based on your own logic. I mean, it's a TV show. Like, and if Housewives weren't on the show, we've already seen through shows like Love Island and other shows where non-celebrities are on there, people are going to have big personalities. The production is going to play off those big personalities. The show is produced a particular way to generate a certain type of stuff. Obviously, they want people talking about it on social media. You can't control how people chat about it, but they saw
Right.
what they saw. They reacted how they reacted. You in particular just don't like it. If you remove the Housewives, not only would it be boring, less engagement generally, but you probably will get people trying to do the same shit, just not as well. So what's the point? Yeah. Okay. You would think they wrote about me, but yeah, this one
Yeah.
I read and I'm like, it's not. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
I concur with everything you said. I would also just add that, it's rich to me that he would be so critical of Housewives and call for a ban of Housewives on the show, as if we are, somehow polluting the space or, making it unfun or not enjoyable to watch because we're too dramatic or too whatever language he used.
He didn't like the use of Turner phrases, like pretty privilege that people were posting about. It's literally, I don't like how people are posting about it.
Okay, but you, Joe, who doesn't like or doesn't want Housewives on the show, if the Housewives, if we went on the show, number one, would you have an article? Number one. And two, you don't like us, but you literally used us as clickbait to get people to talk about your little ashy article. Would we be talking about you and your little article that you wrote for Vulture? I said this on Threads, like, if you ban Housewives from Traitors, we need to ban you from Vulture, okay? I want everybody to have a job, okay?
Right,
but
it's recession out here.
We are in a recession, but your article is a recession indicator.
There. Yeah. I didn't go as deep. I did see like on Threads, they were posting different articles about different points of view. Because I will say, like, you could tell it was a person who watches Housewives and enjoys you on Housewives. But again, the argument, I'm just like, it felt coded and it's just a TV show. But whatever. Good luck.
But it's funny how
we did it, like, Joe. We talked about it.
It's just a TV show is used. It's like weaponized because it's just a TV show. When you're trying to like discredit someone's opinion.
Yeah, you should. I should add it. When I say it's just a TV show for me, I mean it's supposed to bring joy and entertainment and amusement. So a lot of the behavior he's describing it it's not irksome. I
Right.
guess it's like the whole, and also the whole point of shows like that is that they are variety by design. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone. There's the gamer
Yes.
aspect. There's
Yes.
the housewives aspect. There's this aspect.
There's Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, like because you know whatever celebrity bring different type of personality, and actually
Yeah.
before I guess they ruined it, I even liked how they had regular people in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting. They still do that in the other
Mm-hmm.
versions, from my understanding. So yeah, it's like again, to each their own, but it's not. I don't know. You don't have to like it, but it's not going to get banned.
And don't be. You don't have to be so critical in a way that would take an opportunity away from housewives to work. And then also, this is the biggest or the most watched season of the entire franchise. So you want to ban us?
Candiace.
I'm just saying. I'm just stating facts. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but it was something like 1 billion watch hours or something. You can Google that and correct me if I'm incorrect. But the most watched show, it was like the number 2 most watched show everywhere, anywhere. And, the housewives were heavily featured and we came in and did our thing. So you want to ban us, you want to reduce the viewership of the show. Like those two sort of run in tandem if what you're asking for were to come to fruition. So in short, Joe can eat my shoe. That's my short answer.
All right, Ida Air Max over here too. Let me think about another man behaving badly that I wanted to discuss.
Ban us at your own peril, okay? Because we giving you commentary, something to write about. Let's give them something to write about. You're welcome, Joe. Because I would venture to say this might be, one of your most read, most talked about, most reposted articles. I didn't know who you were before. Bearded. I'm looking at him now. He got a beard.
I will give him some credit. He's a regular contributor. I looked up on Vulture. Vulture pay on time. I used to contribute to Vulture.
Okay, shout out to Vulture.
Yes, maybe not that headline or thought, but
Yeah.
Okay,
boom.
Another man potentially behaving badly. Now, this is sacrosanct, but okay. Did you see the clip with Mathew Knowles? I know you did.
Which one? There are so many.
And he's doing the local interview and he leaves because he's asked. It's an interview with the New York television station Pix 11. So the journalist is talking to him. This is on January 30th. Shout out to my sister. During the conversation, the anchor Candiace Gibson acknowledged, the long-running success of Destiny's Child. And so Gibson told Knowles they had each earned their flowers, about Mathew and Tina.
I didn't see this.
And so when they asked about, like their both contributions, he said, "What work did she put in?" And then when the guy,
this is what Gibson, Mathew said.
Yeah, he was like, "What work did she put in?" He said, "Like, what work did she put in?" And then after he said, Tina's role in shaping the group's image with the design, all that stuff, he was like, you're right. And then he got up, shook his hand, and left the interview. And so Mathew has since said that because I believe he said he's exploring his legal options. Yes, there it is.
Legal options for?
I'm guessing because it was a leak interview clip. I don't know what he means, but he told Page 6 in response that he's evaluating all legal remedies. Mathew, the clip went viral because it looked like Mathew was playing in her face, which he does not. He doesn't. He denies that. He spoke with Page 6. He said he was simply asking the anchor a question for clarity. He said, "I don't do interviews. I have conversations." I didn't know what he meant by that. So I'm saying, well, calmly, what work did she put in? That was a question. I don't know how it became a comment, but it was a question. Okay. You know what? If you saw the clip, he was like, what work did it put in? And then when the people did notice that the next day after the clip went viral, Mama Tina posted well, reposted, you know, someone highlighting all her work in Destiny's Child. So I don't know what his legal remedies would be in that situation.
What legal remedies would he need? Like, if anything, he made a veiled sort of defamatory statement toward his ex-wife.
It was just, when you watch it, it's like, he's just like, well, what work did she put in? And then he mentioned the hair, and he acknowledges, and then he just gets up and leaves. And then when Page 6 asks him about it, he says, Tina did way more than just the hair. She did the style and built the image of Destiny's Child. That's way more than just saying someone did the hair.
She was also their like road manager. She's the reason that they were protected and kept from, like, when you're on the road and you're traveling in the music industry, especially back then, there are a lot of vultures and a lot of just unsavory characters that you're going to run into. And these were young, beautiful women with bodies and legs, hips, and bodies and face. And Tina has, because I went to her stop on her book tour when she came to the DMV. And she talked a lot about how she would often have to like be like swatting people off of the girls like a bat, because people are creepy and weird. And they prey on these young women who they think are stupid and don't have anyone there to protect them. So she was a lot more than just the hairstylist. And it's blasphemous. Like, that's so fighting words.
He says, I'm just so baffled by all of this. You can't even find a negative comment I've ever said about Tina, so I don't get it. People try to bait us all the time to be against each other. There was a complete misrepresentation here, and I'm evaluating all legal remedies at this time. I don't know what legal remedy you're going to get from a clip posted online that goes viral, but I don't know. It's the strangest thing. It's like he made it awkward.
Right.
And is upset that people reacted that way. Right. But I'm just gonna say this probably not. I don't know. Don't strike me down, Beyonce. This is probably why we're not gonna get that Destiny's Child reunion for a good while.
No.
Yeah. It's gonna be Beyonce featuring Kelly and Michelle, Kelly featuring Beyonce and Michelle, Michelle featuring Kelly and Beyonce, probably for a hot minute. And then eventually Beyonce featuring LaToya LaTavia, Kelly and Michelle.
That would be legendary.
Then, yeah. I hope it don't take him on to glory, but
I mean, what I was going to say too, you also have to just kind of like take what our seasoned members of society say with a grain of salt. Because a lot of times they just be saying stuff. And I don't even like, are we sure that he knew what he was saying?
That you explained it better than he did. It probably is really just that. I mean, when you watch it, like he's like, well, what work did she put in? Like, you would watch it.
Why
and
would
think,
you
like,
ask that like that? You would only ask that question that way if you felt like she didn't put in any work.
And so but I guess he felt a sense of mess, so he got up and left. He says he's baffled, but you explained it well. I don't think maybe he didn't know what he was doing, but it didn't.
Yeah,
it didn't look great. This is usually why people don't want their parents online. Same thing.
Hello? You know, my mom has a Twitter account. I banned her from Twitter like 4 years ago. And like the account is still attached to my Twitter. So sometimes when I like log in, it'll open up her Twitter and I'll be like, oh, let me get out of here. Cause I never like logged out of it. But I'm a disaster on Twitter. No, Dorothy is a disaster on Twitter. She was on Twitter and sometimes on Instagram, like calling people, you know, everything but a child of God. Just calling people names.
Comment scrapping.
My mother is a comment scrapper. You think I'm bad? I guess that's where I get it from, which is crazy to think. Like mother, like daughter in that way. No, my mom is, you have to watch her on her phone. And so and even Carlos had wanted to do an interview with myself and my mom. And I was like, probably not.
Know your people. Know your people.
You can't control the mouth of our seasoned saints.
Shout out to Carlos. I think that interview with Mathew, if I were Mathew, I would just leave it at that for a minute. That was a really solid interview. Gave Tina her flowers without confusion to the public. there are worse offenders lately on the internet, and I'm trying not to judge her yet because we haven't seen her on Real Housewives, but Pinky Cole, speaking of Miss Rachel,
I don't
Candiace,
understand.
I woke up one morning early, probably too early like usual, and I go to my phone, bad habit, and what's the first thing I see? It's Pinky Cole.
Files for bankruptcy. Chapter 11.
Oh, not even the bankruptcy. It was her explaining her bankruptcy or bankruptcy laws and the types of
with
bankruptcy while dressed like
yes.
Miss Rachel. So, okay, so the trailer for Real Housewives of Atlanta came out. I happen to like it. There's been this talk online if it was whether or not to Love and Hip Hop, which doesn't. I get that argument, but I also find it kind of elitist and pointless. And if you really want to go by like that, they were snatching wigs, former strippers, people who allegedly dated drug dealers, and fights on both the franchises.
Yep.
So whatever. It's all entertaining to me. But Pinky Cole is in it, and I know her. If most people know her from Slutty Vegan fame. If you don't know, that's a fast food restaurant, vegan wear. Have you been to Slutty Vegan?
I've never been. It's always been on my list to go. I just have never been. But I hear amazing things about the vegan burgers. Like they taste incredible. I've always heard good things.
When I went in New York for the book, actually, and to do Sherry show, I was in Brooklyn, staying with a friend of extra few days, and went to Slutty Vegan. So when you walk in, they call you they be like, "Hey, it's a slut in the house," or something like that. Like, or like, "Hey, it's a cum bucket, come get your cheeseburger."
Oh,
like all types. Like they don't say cum bucket, but they do say slut. Like, hey, it's a slut in the house. Like it's wild. Like you just coming in here to get like a burger, and I'm like, it's a slut, and I'm like, oh hey, what's up, y'all? So yeah, and it's like 20. Yeah, it was like YN's calling me a slut.
Oh my God.
Now, to be fair, the burger and the fry, it is hitting.
Okay, yeah, that's what I hear.
I will say my own thing, a little salty. So you probably have to watch that. It's gonna give Big Mama your arm after a while.
Okay,
but
Big Mama your arm.
Very good. But she filed for bankruptcy. Now, this is I know people that have worked with her and said nice things, but I've also read on the internet that allegedly she might have trouble paying employees. And now she's filed for bankruptcy. And I do remember Slutty Vegan did a really wild expansion very quickly.
Yes.
And then a lot of stores end up closing. So I don't know about the stuff. All I know is she filing for bankruptcy right before she makes her debut on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
That's interesting.
Yes, very interesting
choice.
Yes. I guess you can't control timing of premiere, but the bills come when they come. But yes, it's wild. But so in explain, because what's crazy in the trailer is that she's telling Angela Oakley, I should buy one of your foreclosed homes. So
like to be shady, she's like,
to definitely be shady.
Yeah.
And I don't play about Angela Oakley. You leave her be. Yeah. So she's in the trailer shading her like that and then presenting her business. And now she's filed for bankruptcy. And in response to the news, has been doing these skits or video presentations, whatever verbiage you want to use, explaining it. And the most recent that I saw was her dressed as Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
Using Soulja Boy's Crank That to explain chapter 11, chapter 12. I'm guessing that was her way of trying to say, well, I ain't broke, but I do got to pay these bills, because she was specifying what chapter 11, the one she filed is.
Yeah.
Like she still has money. But I say all that to say, your burgers are good. Calling me a slut hoe thought, and the premises are not. However, girl, stop doing these skits. Please stop.
Yeah. It's weird.
It is very weird. I'm like, why are you, what? Like, you took time to do this.
Right. When you should be working on restructuring the debt around your business, which is, because, I'll say this too, because there are a lot of people saying, ooh, like, kind of like doing the charade, the ooh, if you remember that from OG Atlanta, doing that at Pinky. Listen, you guys, white people have been filing Chapter 11, Chapter 7. It's a lot of different types of bankruptcy. For decades, for centuries, the whites have been filing for bankruptcy.
No, you're not doing charade. Ooh, at her like not.
No, because
white people do that type of stuff all the
it
time.
happens it's actually in a lot of cases it's a smart business move, because particularly I know for a fact for Chapter 11 that your business is still operating. It's just this allows you to restructure your debt in a way that you can hopefully keep your doors open. And of course, you'll be under certain parameters for, I don't know, what is it, 7 years? I forget what it is. But there are certain parameters where you're not going to be able to like buy Bentleys and whatever, but you can still operate your business. You're just restructuring your business. This happens all the time. Like, ask a Rothschild, ask a Koch, ask a Trump, okay, about bankruptcy. So this notion that, we're like manhandling this Black woman in the press and on social media because she's filing for bankruptcy, I can't get behind that. Now, what I will say is, bankruptcy is not something that you just sit up one morning and say, oh, I think I'm going to go down to the place and do this today. This is something that if you're a strong businesswoman, and I would venture to think that Pinky is, you've thought about this over the course of some time. I'd venture to say some years. Like, you don't just decide in a month's time, we're going to file for bankruptcy. So and the timeline for housewives can be about a year from the time you get your first call to all of your test shoots and all of your chemistry tests to then getting onto the show. That can be like 6 months to a year. So the timing of this, if my intel serves me correctly on Housewives, it overlapped. So
yeah, better to file it after filming than during.
Right, because during filming, they're going to tear you apart. So it's okay. She waited until they wrapped, and so she probably was also thinking like, okay, let me like make light of this, or
that's
with the skits.
But yeah, I'd rather just what you did and explain the difference. It was, to each their own. You know what? Maybe she just want to make skits.
And maybe I feel like she's also kind of calling people dumb, which I'm not blaming her for, because people like the Miss Rachel, I saw the Miss Rachel one and I was like, oh, like this is clearly like a veiled, like, here, you dumbasses, since you don't understand how bankruptcy works, let me break it down for you like I would if I was talking to a kid. That's what it gave to me, which was, I feel like it was kind of a shady way to say, like, because you all are not, wrought with business acumen, let me explain to you how this works.
Although I will acknowledge, I did see in the comments Sukiyana saying this is what our people need, and I just got so depressed. I told my friend,
what does she mean?
I don't know what she mean. I don't know. Our people don't need skits from Soulja Boy, interpolating Soulja Boy lyrics to explain bankruptcy. We all right.
Yes.
To be clear,
and we also have Google. There's also Google.
I wish her well. You call me a slut hoe bitch or not when I ordered a burger. It's fun. I wish you. And again, if you don't owe them people, my bad. I spread it on the internet. If you do owe some people, pay them people. Good luck. I just as a consumer of social media, and I don't want to be like the Vulture person, but girl, are you sure? Like this social media strategy, that's all. Girl, are you sure?
It's
and
interesting.
Good luck.
It's different.
Because it does give like, y'all dumb, let me teach.
Yeah.
It gives that, and it's not, I don't know if that's going to land. I think that makes you more of a target than you think.
But I also don't know her personality. Like, I'm excited I was excited before, but now I'm excited to see her on the show. Like, is she, like, what is her personality give? Like, is she more, is she kind of a snarky person? Like, does she give like shade like a Kenya? Or is she more, softer like a Kim Zolciak? I don't know what she gives, but I'm excited to see her on Atlanta. I'm actually, the more I see of the season, I'm actually kind of interested in watching it. I like the new lineup, and this is making me want to learn more about Pinky. So it's working at least
I was about to say it's
for the
working because
show
look,
for
it's breaking
Housewives,
through.
right? And if anything, it's great to get her another season and that's kind of a strategy too. It's like, okay, let me hold some stuff for after we wrap so that I can be picked up for a new season, because now people are going to want to know what happened or what's happening with the bankruptcy of it all.
I am more curious to see her and her personality. I will say the trailer, the foreclosure line, I didn't like to Angela by default because I tend not to like that type of humor, particularly black on black. And then the skit that I keep mentioning, just because that skit ain't it. I am very intrigued to watch, but I am so far a little alarmed. But again, good luck, girl. But yeah, to me, I know some people are like, they don't like how it looks, but to me, it looks like a really interesting season. I'm actually excited for them. It seems like a nice reset. I'm actually very happy K. Michelle will be on there because I'm a big fan of her music, from her old mixtapes to like, her voice is so great. I'm really curious to hear a country album. She's just so funny. So I'm actually very curious if she helps fill that void, because the one thing about that show and Potomac is that it just, at its peak, each peak, it was so funny. So I'm really curious to see what that does. But yeah, Pinky, I'm curious to see more of, but so far I'm like, I don't know. And overall doing the show is great strategy, because I think I'm curious to see if she explains how hard it is to be a black entrepreneur, particularly a black woman entrepreneur, and be honest about that. I'm also curious if we're going to see more, because in general, like the fake meat industry had like a boom 5 years ago, and it just, the people don't want it.
Yeah.
They say, give me the real thing while I still can.
While we can still,
while
without the
RFK Jr. is telling
hormones.
us to eat some liver. Did you know that?
What?
RFK Jr. was like the people struggling to, pay for beef. He's like, eat liver. He said, eat liver. He said,
you can
if you
eat the
broke,
liver.
eat liver.
You do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of things we do not want, Target.
Yes.
Target, what are y'all doing? Okay.
Nothing.
Target recently announced that they're making several changes to make shopping easier and faster for families. That was the headline that I saw on the Today Show. The company is focusing on faster fulfillment, expanding drive-up and same-day pickup options, increasing staff dedicated to fulfilling online orders, family-focused store experiences, expanding affordable store brands, leaning into one-stop shopping, all this stuff. And this is all in an effort. This is what was said. This is all in an effort to bring people back into the fold of Target. And to that I say, just put the DEI back where you found it. You're doing all these other things when you could just do the thing that you undid from jump. We're not going to come back to the store, Target, because now you're catering to families. And then I saw something about they're adding like more high-end sections to the store. And this is supposedly like a $2 billion project that they're going to be pouring into all of the Targets across the country. And it's like, it's $2 billion too late. Target people.
I read an interview with the CEO explaining a lot of this, and he said a bunch of nothing. He literally said nothing. They asked very pointed questions about DEI, about how it's impacted their customer base, about the Trump administration and ICE, and that like you have to allow ICE in. You can't you can't deny people entering, but in terms of like how much you accommodate, he didn't answer. He said a bunch of nothing about everything. And like maybe he wouldn't have a great answer about ICE. He had even worse answer about DEI. He just essentially said, we're going to go back to families. So I think ultimately the problem is the stores became, they locked everything up.
Yeah.
They're racist. It's just, good luck. You pissed off black people, so you already alienated the base. And a year ago, from my understanding, I remember reading they were trying to actually apply, like chase rural folk. So now they're trying to go high end, meaning they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're just throwing spaghetti at the wall. And then trying to go high end also reads to me as kind of a dog whistle to fuck fuck y'all, fuck Black people, fuck minorities. Let's just go, to the upper tax bracket and exclude minorities and marginalized people even more. Like, we're not going to focus on you because you're a lost cause. So let's just like lean into millionaires and billionaires, which that's dumb.
It is, and good luck. This is why, it's sort of how some companies like that complain about competing with Amazon, but you actually make it easier for Amazon and Walmart to beat you. And even though they actually don't have policies that are all that different from my understanding, they didn't vocalize the opposition so strongly the way they did about Blacks and gays, and then again about Black people. So good luck, Target. I don't wish y'all luck. So y'all did it. I actually had a friend that went to Target for some chips. He probably listening now. I'm like, you shouldn't have got them.
Shame on you.
Yes.
With those chips.
But for the most part, I don't know I think everybody Black I know stopped. I don't know anybody's
I wasn't really going to Target that much. I was going to Target a lot in college because where I lived, shout out to the DMV, if you know, the PG Plaza Mall.
Yeah,
I lived in UTC, University Town. Shout out to UTC on Bellcrest Road. I used to live there with a bunch of my friends in 914, Club 914. And the Target was literally like a stone's throw away. So I was in Target every day in college. But then when I moved away, and now that I live out where I live in the very suburban suburbs, there is a Target down the street, but I don't go. I stopped feeling like I needed to be in Target. And sure, they had some nice stuff there when I was in college. Like, my whole room was Target when I was in college. But that was because of my proximity to the store. I have never felt like to get what I need to go to Target. I've never felt like I need to get a Target fix. I feel that way about Home Goods.
You do love Home Goods.
Let me tell you something. Home Goods hates to see me coming because I will take my Black ass in there and I can't leave Home Goods without spending at least $600. So I have not gone since I gave birth because we're trying to, save money and be smarter about saving because we had this baby. But I couldn't get out of Home Goods without spending $600. And I would go every season to get, I think I need, some new silk flowers. I think I need me a new wreath for the door. And I have to get 2 wreaths because I have double doors. I was in there just buying shit. And I would just go in there and just see, what do I need? Home Goods hates to see me coming.
Randomly have good seasoning too.
The food, yes. Shout out to the Container Store. That's another spot that when I lived in DC, I would always go into the Container Store because I'm like an organizing.
And she's still holding on. I drove by one not that long ago.
There's one. The one that I go to is in is it Chevy Chase? It's over there by where Fox 5, where TTG used to be. And I would go by and I would go in there and again, just buy a bunch of shit I did not need. But then I would always find a place for it in the house because you can never be too organized. And I love organization. So the Container Store always got me. Home Goods always got me. I was never really that enamored with Target. Like, and then Target was always expensive. So the fact that the Blacks were in there giving all their money, yes, Black people, keep your money in your pocket. Keep it to yourself.
They had a nice, I remember when I really shopped there heavily last time, it was a couple years ago, and I was proximity. There was a point when they were really doing well, which is, I guess, brought on that expansion. Even though it was a higher price point, the lighting helped. Because sometimes we go to other stores, I'm like, this is depressing. Y'all about to start shooting in the parking lot, aren't y'all? And sometimes they do. But then it was like, for a moment, they had actually really nice quality. I liked when they worked with like designers and did stuff like that. And they had a moment, but literally the shopping experience worsened over time. And so it wasn't a thing. And then Amazon is easy. Or some other store, you like, I don't know. And then they was like, oh, Black people, whatever. So I'm like, well, now I don't want to go to y'all.
Yeah.
It's over for me. And that interview, Candiace, I read, I'm like, he didn't say anything. They're asking him very specific questions about DEI.
I don't
And all you
understand.
really have to do is literally sell some gay flags in June, get some more black people, sell some product in there, make a donation to some funds, and stop saying and say black people come back, we sorry. Like just
Yes.
you can do the corporate sorry, which is fake. We do.
For better or for worse, we are a forgiving people. So all you have to do is just make the most minimal effort. And we'll be like, because I have friends that are like, it's really hard for them. It's like crack. It's like hard for them to stay out of the store. And they like have to, grip the steering wheel when they're driving by so as not to like accidentally turn in and just to go smell the Target air. People want to be in there. I was going to
say if they were smart, they would just pay that debt Essence Fest owes New Orleans, give it a good sponsorship.
That's the answer.
And just try to win the folks back. Save Essence Fest, push out, reach out to the blacks for real, but okay.
Somebody get this message down to the people, Target people.
Did sponsor
they were sponsors at one point.
They were still sponsored, but just pay. Just
pay the debt. Pay the debt. Sponsor the whole thing. Yes, that is smart. Michael.
Yeah, but watch it
NBA Michael.
Good luck chasing the customers that have already moved on from y'all.
Right. Yep. And good luck chasing the billionaires that don't need to be in there because they on Amazon.
They're not going.
All right, it's time for my favorite segment of the show. Nobody asked me, but Michael, please do the honors.
Real quick, nobody asked me, but can somebody do something about that crazy old deranged man who is taking us into war and got me worried about whether or not, we gonna get blown up or some shit eventually. And, he is also disrupting like the world economies. In fact, there are plenty of television personalities who allegedly do strange things in Dubai for money that are no longer be able to do that because they can't get in and out. So think of them, think of me, think of the gas, which is already high in LA. I don't need that. And also, people gonna be pissed at us when we didn't vote for that. Like, we didn't vote for that. And we all live in places that would be, targets. So nobody asked me, but I don't want the Secret Service at my door, but Lord, take down the demon. Whatever, however you see fit. Amen. Rhetorically, of course.
Sure, rhetorically, of course. Yes. We could just move him over. Just like put him in a chair and maybe like tie his ankles.
He was. I'm just like Cuba. I'm like, yo, you gonna invade Cuba next? I'm like, don't get us jumped.
And that's what's happening. Like, that's the feeling. I was actually talking about this with Chris, with my husband, because I was like, oh my God, I'm afraid to go anywhere. And if you hear music in the background, it's because my child is running around his house and he's playing with his little piano.
Playing the hits.
Motherhood is ghetto. But he's playing, so I'm gonna let him live his life. No, we were talking about how what would happen if we were to get nuked. And apparently, I didn't know this, but the closest place that could be hit would be, I think he said Wyoming. Sorry, Wyoming. This is what I was told. Because of wherever the nukes are, like their outermost piece of land, it would take 30 minutes for it to hit our outermost piece of land, which happens to be Wyoming. And I was like, well, if we know that that's the airspace, we know where the nukes are, generally speaking, and we know where they can hit us, is there not someone who is like watching and monitoring that airspace to try and thwart?
This is like that Netflix movie that made everybody mad that just came out a few months ago.
What?
They shoot the bomb. It's I think it's a Catherine Bigelow movie. I might be messing that up, but it's on Netflix. Idris Elba is president. They shoot off a bomb, and they're literally explaining like when it's shot, where would it land. That it literally reminds me of that movie.
Okay, we need to go watch that because I was like, oh my God, what does this mean? But then it's like, because I was like, well, why can't they just shoot it out of the air? And it's like, well, wait, they can't do that because if you shoot a nuclear bomb, the it's still gonna like spread radiation.
Oh, that's what they try to do in the movie, to like do the counter everything. You know what's actually crazy? And apparently they're wasting tens of millions of dollars bombing Iran, but they're trying to like take out these like drones that they make for like thousands of dollars. Those little bitty drones are piercing these multi-million-dollar things, and like they're shooting these like expensive missiles, trying to knock down cheap little hardware that they can just keep tossing into the air. This is why you don't like just jump into war because you mad, but you know.
No plan. But that's y'all's president. I'm really interested to know, because I have family members that voted for Trump show. And we don't talk about the Trump of it all. But just the MAGA people, come to the front. Like, what do y'all think? Like, where are you sitting now?
The polls said they still with him, girl. They said fuck Iran.
Fuck Iran, but hello, Iran about to run up on your porch.
They don't. It's so crazy.
What do you mean, fuck Iran?
He's right. He said, I'm MAGA. And I saw some poll. There was like 83% were like, yeah, drop bombs on them. I'm like, well, literally a week ago, they were like, no. But he just was like, actually, y'all with me, right? Expel that demon.
Not funding
war right in time for tax season.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, America is ghetto. That's the only answer I have for today. And okay, so it's my turn. Okay, on a lighter note, nobody asked me, but I'm low-key excited about the Oscars. I'm always like into award season. Award season for me is just a fun time. It's like a time to like get in my dream bag, like where I can dream about when it's gonna be my turn to be on the stage at whatever Grammy or Emmy or Tony or Oscar show. So Oscar predictions right now. So I'm so excited for Sinners, because I don't think I've stopped like hoping for like good Black movies to get the love they deserve, because I just feel like more often than not, I end up disappointed. So I was very pleasantly surprised to see just how much love Sinners has gotten at Golden Globes, at they're not called the Screen Actors Guild Awards anymore. They're called
but they should be. They're the Actor Awards now.
The Actor Awards, presented by the Screen Actors Guild, which is interesting. But Sinners has gotten a lot of love. And typically the way that it goes is, if you're kind of previewing well at these other shows, it tends to bode well typically at the Super Bowl of entertainment, which is the Oscars, the Academy Awards. So it's looking good. We're hoping for Sinners. Best Director, Ryan Coogler is in there. Best Actor, Michael B. Jordan. Best Actress, Jessie Buckley. So shout out to the Sinners of it all. One Battle After Another, which won everything at the Golden Globes, I feel like.
How do you say her name?
Wunmi Mosaku. Yeah. Yes. Her, Tiana Taylor. Oh, Tiana Taylor's in there too? I want Tiana Taylor to win. Now, I haven't seen One Battle After Another. I haven't seen it, but I've heard mixed reviews on Tiana's role. But I'm just going to employ my I'm rooting for everybody Black. Like, I want Tiana to win everything, because I feel like she's unproblematic. She's not been problematic to me. I've not seen her be problematic, and I want her to continue to win, to like, if for no other reason than to piss off Iman, because I don't like the way they went out. So I want her to do well. Yes, I've heard great things about Wunmi Mosaku. Yeah, One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and The Secret Agent are sort of the big contenders. I have not seen any of these. I saw Sinners because I'm Black.
Sinners was great. I did see One Battle After Another. And just
what did you think?
Most of the people I know who didn't like it were Black women. I saw online. I think I don't think I love the movie as much as the voters seem to. But I enjoyed it overall. But I absolutely understand the criticism, and actually knew immediately watching who was going to be pissed at this. But I will say Tiana Taylor has, I think, done a fair job of defending her portrayal in the role. But I'd be curious to know what you think when you see it. Because ultimately, white men writing Black characters, particularly Black women, even with
That's an interesting choice.
good intentions, it tends to kind of go awry one way or another. So yeah, but yeah. I did read, I think it was Variety, Hollywood Reporter, one of those about like talking to secret Oscars voters, and it seems like, I'm always prepared for white institutions to disappoint me. But that said, I actually think Sinners is probably going to do pretty well. And it seemed like even in the race for Best Picture, it was presumed that One Battle or Another was going to do it. So a lot of the voters that they were speaking with, essentially, they thought One Battle or Another was going to win, but they personally voted for Sinners. And quite a few people actually voted for Michael B. Jordan, who I think, to your point about the not SAG-AFTRA awards anymore.
Yeah.
Can they just go back to that? But whatever.
Yeah. Why
with
the
Michael
change?
winning that, I think that it seems like the wind is blowing his. It would be nice if he won. I must admit something. This is a controversial take. I love his acting. I thought he was amazing in Fruitvale Station, and I like his role in the movie. The accent work drove me nuts. But I'm rooting for him to win all the same because I love him. But the accent, I'm particular about that because I just think most people do not get Southern accents, right?
Yeah. Which is weird because, I guess because I can't speak because I'm from the South. You know what? I have a friend who, I won't say her name. She's a working actor. She's from New York, and she plays a character on a show where she has to be Southern, and it's not good. It's not right. But I can do I could give you a New York accent. I feel like if I had to give a New York accent, I could maybe do it. I don't know. Is this okay? I don't know. I feel like it's easier for people from the South.
Yes,
to do,
or even British people to do Southern accents. Because honestly, it's been I could be wrong, but the people who usually get it wrong are, because the South is so big, pick a specific spot.
A dialect. Yeah.
Houston don't sound like New Orleans. New Orleans don't sound like even
Mississippi.
Lafayette.
Mississippi don't
and then you
sound
go to
like
Mississippi. Even Florida,
has their
Northern
own
Florida is very
twang.
specific. So sometimes it's just like, I really enjoyed his role and his acting in the role, but there were moments when I was watching both in the theater and at home, I'm like,
Well, and I also read,
but I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him too. I read some really impressive stuff about how he prepared for that role.
Yes.
He would wear different shoes depending on which twin he was acting as, and he would walk differently, and he would wear different clothes, and he would to change his posture and to change his gait and his walk. So he was committed. That was very impressive to me. So he's very deserving. He's a great actor across the board. And he's been acting his whole life. He was a child actor, I want to say.
He started on a soap.
Yes. Yep. I don't know which one.
I think it was All My Children, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I think it might have been that one.
Okay, I remember that. I remember seeing him on a soap. But yeah, so, give Michael his Oscar. Give him his Oscar.
Yeah, and Ryan. I'm honestly rooting for all,
yes.
I want them all to do well. It really was a great film, and it kind of reminds me of, because Hollywood is going through it, but it reminds me of the best of the industry when it works. Someone like Ryan being able to do this, have the ownership, them able to pour, make this nuanced movie, it do well. That the industry hating aside, particularly from I think it was Variety on Twitter, whatever. But like it did well, and it's like the best. So I hope it wins. But again,
Yeah.
if they disappoint me,
I won't
MAGA
be surprised.
maniacs. But yeah.
Anywho, it's been a time.
Yes, it has.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for bearing with me as I matriculate through the muddy waters of motherhood. If you heard Jet, just say hey and keep it moving. As always, may your life be soft, may your boundaries be strong, and may your group chat stay private. See you next time on Undomesticated.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Undomesticated is presented by Odyssey and Agenda Management and Production. Our executive producers are Brandon Sharp from Agenda Management and Production and Corinne Gilliard-Fisher. Our executive producer from Odyssey is Leah Reese-Dennis. Miguel Contreras is our senior producer. Michael Arsenault and Candiace Dillard Bassett are our producers. Sound design, video production, and engineering by Miguel Contreras. Booking by Jillian McEwen. Original music by Candiace Dillard Bassett, Nairi Davidson, and Donald Hazel Sales. Special thanks to Nairi Davidson, Maura Curran, Josefina Francis, Hillary Schuff, Eric Donnelly, Kate Hutchinson Rose, Lauren Lombardi, David Gannon, Kurt Courtney, and Lauren Vieira.
It's a lot of names.